Yeah, so I'm from the Bay Area, like, so I'm in California. I live in like Union City, which is like in East Bay. So I'm an information systems major, but I'm really passionate about like film and progressive politics, which is why a lot of the stuff that I've done kind of incorporates those two fields. Yeah, earlier this year, I had been loosely keeping up with the Senate primary in Massachusetts between like incumbent Senator Ed Markey and Congressman Joe Kennedy III of the Kennedy family. And because I was keeping up with all the Senate races, but this one was particularly interesting because like, since I'm someone with very like progressive values, things that matter to me a lot are like people fighting for universal health care or like to combat climate change and things like that. Ed Markey has not only authored the Green New Deal and was like an original co-sponsor of Medicare for All, but he also wrote net neutrality, or like the original net neutrality legislation years ago, and has fought for progressive issues for decades now. And so I was very much paying attention to this race, and then once quarantine hit, and I just started seeing more and more of like their digital content on social media, and just seeing people post like memes and band cams for Ed Markey and stuff like that, and it felt really like youth oriented and engaging. I kind of realized, okay, I think I'm pretty good at like making videos. Maybe that could be useful for this campaign as well. So I reached out. I got in touch with Olivia, who is like she's the video producer for the Markey campaign, and then I joined the video team. Did a few just regular videos here and there, and then I also made more creative videos that you know, our campaign is known for like youth-oriented content, like memes and fan cams and stuff like that. So the first thing I made was like an anime intro, which felt pretty nerdy, but I guess a lot of people liked it. You know, like eventually we started doing like lo-fi videos and stuff like that, with like chill beats and stuff like that. And then eventually towards the end of the campaign, one of the more significant videos that I got to do was, so Students for Markey, which is like the student affiliated group with our campaign, decided that like all their like phone banking like events for the campaign would be advertised in the style of like Marvel comics and stuff like that. So for their last one, where we had a couple of like special guests too, they wanted to create a trailer for it that was essentially like a Marvel movie trailer. So they reached out to me and I got to do that. I think our win was like really because of young people, and it's not because like we made like cool videos or like there was fan cams and memes and like dozens of like stan accounts on Twitter or anything like that. Those organized and brought all the young people to our campaign and actually made people pay attention and like I guess energize the campaign. But at the end of the day, like all of us actually supported Ed because he's fighting for those things that young people care about, like healthcare, a livable planet, and a free and fair internet, etc. So yeah, and all those young people use all of our digital content to like to drop links for people to volunteer or donate or phone bank and stuff on all of them. So like that's really what delivered our win. You know, it's not just like posting fun stuff here and there. I think there's actually quite a few. One thing that I like to do in the middle, which is kind of cool that I'm at my desk right now, is once in a while I would ask presidential candidates for like a piece of advice for pursuing like a future in public service or stuff like that. So I know that like a few of them like have signed it in the back of like this copy of the Constitution I bought in DC. Like one thing that Cory Booker said to me was that you can't lead the people if you don't love the people, and that stuck with me a lot because like I mean, I don't think I'm ever gonna run for office or anything like that, but like when I like do work for like when I worked on the project for Adrutha Children's Home and stuff like that, it really felt like you really have to care about the people that you're trying to help. You know what I mean? You can't just do things out of like ambition or your own self-interest or anything like that. One thing that I kind of realized is that like I could help educate even just my friends that weren't as aware about politics and stuff like that by creating engaging videos. So that's why I started working on some of those. So I think one of them that I did was like towards like Super Tuesday a few months ago, when there was like 8 candidates left in the presidential primary. I made one just to educate people on who all the Democratic candidates were and what they stood for and what their history was. And I know that some people like voted based on that, so that was kind of nice, you know, like just knowing that like, okay, I was able to inform some of my friends. I think this is kind of funny. People always ask me what I want to do. I have no career prospects. It's kind of just like everything that I have done so far has kind of been sporadic, and like when I've just found like new things or new ways to like, I guess, help people, like that's kind of what I do on. So I think that's probably what's just going to happen in the future too. But I do think that LMU has helped guide my passions a little bit, because like when it comes to informing people and helping make a difference, or I guess when it comes to like me utilizing like my knowledge of political affairs and my like passion for filmmaking to create like those video essays and trying to educate and inform people and stuff like that. One person that I had reached out to a few times was Carol Costello, who you know, like she was a former CNN anchor, and like now she works at our school. So it's really nice to have someone like her give feedback and kind of like guide me through that process a little bit when I did reach out to her for advice. Another resource that I think was pretty useful was when I took the elections class last semester with Dr. Guerra and Dr. Genovese, because I feel like both of them are so knowledgeable in the field of like politics and political affairs, that it was nice having like getting a perspective that you wouldn't get from the news when it came to things that were going on, and to kind of have a platform to discuss politics, and also that I could reach out to them for showing them some of my work as well, you know. One organization that I'm working with right now is World War Zero, which was founded by Secretary of State John Kerry, and it's essentially a climate change organization that seeks to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. So they work with like a lot of celebrities to have like just digital events and things like that. So that's one project that I'm working on, because again, climate change is one of the issues I care most about. And on that note, another organization, other climate change-based organizations have also reached out, so I'll probably do some video work for them. And then later on, we'll just see like how else can I guess, help people or make a difference. And that's probably just what I'll pursue next.